Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Belle of the Ball. I'm Belle and I hope everyone is doing well and staying safe as always. So in this video, I just wanted to briefly just talk about self-love. I did mention that in the previous video that I would go ahead and just kind of give a brief overview of what I think self-love is and what it looks like, because it's not always so nice and it's not always so pretty, right? So self-love is kind of also described as when you hear girls talking about level up or glowing up. Um, Hopefully it's not just as far as physical appearances, because that's not the only thing that self-love comes with, is looking good. It's just feeling good within yourself, having more self-confidence than you probably have ever had in your life, being self-respecting, having self-worth, and just really valuing yourself more than anything. So it's not such a beautiful, pretty journey. Um, you're gonna go through some stuff that's very heavy and very difficult. And the reward at the end of the day is that you feel great about yourself and you feel like you can take on the world. And it's good, it's great. And they always say you can't love someone until you really love yourself, which is true. But learning to even love yourself to begin with is very difficult, and it is a uncomfortable process and journey. What I will say is it's a journey. That's what it is. It's not something that's quick and easy and you get it right away. You have to go through things that you might not even want to go through to really feel the benefits. So in the next few videos, I am going to kind of go over my own personal self-love journey, how I even got the inspiration to create this channel, because that's really what I want to share, is how I got to a point to really have self-confidence in myself, something that I've always struggled with, and to an extent I still do, because you have to continue to work on loving yourself and having self-confidence. You have to continue to maintain it. It doesn't come easy, but you have to work to keep it going. So yeah, I'm gonna kind of get into that. But what I will say is the journey, based on my experience, is it's very rewarding. You learn a lot about yourself. You really develop a strong sense of self and having individuality. You trust your instincts, you trust your intuition, you know what's right for you, and you go after what you deserve, and you walk away from what doesn't serve you. So when you learn to love yourself, you are going to piss off some people around you, because they're not used to you having value. They're not used to you valuing yourself, because they benefit from you not having such great self-esteem. And so I'm going to go into all of that. You have to make sacrifices. You have to walk away from certain people, certain things, certain traits and habits within your own self that no longer serve you. You walk away from the old version of you and you walk into the new version of you, the much better, evolved version of yourself. It's like you change, you go through a metamorphosis. It's as if when the butterfly leaves the cocoon, it goes through a lot of challenges to grow and eventually get out of the cocoon. It's very difficult. It's actually kind of a dangerous phase, because if the butterfly doesn't make it out of the cocoon successfully, they could die. But you have to go through that. Pressure builds. I don't remember the quote, but it's like, when you go through things, I find that as people, the more we kind of go through things and we conquer them, the stronger we become. And learning to love yourself, it's very much a self-love. It's an individual journey, and you're going to go through some things. You're going to have to face yourself, look in the mirror, and self-reflect and own things that you may not have wanted to own, because it's uncomfortable. And a lot of us don't want to blame ourselves for things that happen. It's easy to blame other people and say that it's their fault, but we don't necessarily want to take ownership of some of the things that we do. And if you want to get on that self-love journey, you're going to have to do it. Looking yourself in the mirror, being honest, self-reflecting, but also forgiveness. you have to learn how to forgive yourself. As hard as it is, and as much as we beat ourselves up, you have to learn to forgive yourself for the things that you've done. Because in order for you to grow, you have to let it go. You gotta let it go, you know? It's uncomfortable. I would describe a self-love journey as almost like having like an old building. You know how they have those old buildings that they've been around for a long time, and it's like, yeah, that old building gotta go, you know? And so the building is weak, it's falling apart, all of that. So you gotta go in, you gotta put in some, what do they call it? Like, basically you're gonna detonate the whole building. You're gonna break it down, you're gonna explode it, break it all the way down. And it's like, oh, you gotta put in all that work. But if you rebuild that building with a stronger foundation, you're gonna have a much better building. It's gonna be more firm. It's probably gonna handle the elements a lot better than the old building could have. And you're gonna have something that's much better. And that might not be the best example, but that's kind of like what I think of. It's breaking down the old and rebuilding something new and fresh and more strong and resilient, and can take a lot more, you know. So it's like breaking down. It's shedding an old version of you. It's letting go of a lot. It's a lot of releasing, and you learn how to build yourself back up to be more firm, to be more resilient, to be stronger, to be more loving, embracing your vulnerabilities as well. Not just acting tough and all of that. No. Strength, yes. Sensitivity, yes. And there is beauty and strength in being sensitive and being vulnerable. And it's something that I've struggled with, but I'm learning to embrace it and lean into it because it's a part of who we are. You know, it's uncomfortable. You're gonna have to face maybe some childhood trauma, some things that you've been through. Other people have hurt you, but also how you've hurt yourself and how you've allowed for dysfunction. It really is not easy. I wish I could. Me saying it and describing it doesn't even do it justice. When you kind of really go through it, you know. Like, you have to go through it to really know how it feels. It's very rewarding. You learn to see life differently, you value yourself differently, but you're gonna go through some stuff or breaking down to rebuild. But it's gonna be much better and much rewarding at the end of the day. And one of the biggest things about having self-confidence, loving yourself, is you have to maintain it. You're not gonna, oh, I love myself and that's it. Like, no, you're gonna have to keep doing what you're doing to maintain that. Affirmations are gonna be very crucial. That's what I've learned, because sometimes I slack off on it, but waking up in the morning, saying a prayer, going in the mirror, I am beautiful, I am strong, I am determined, I am abundant, I have these things, they are coming to me, I deserve them. You know, you gotta go in the mirror and really like talk to yourself and be like, I'm that. I'm that person. You have to really speak life into yourself, because nobody else is gonna do it for you. And you have to do it. You have to be your own cheerleader. It's nice to have a support system around you, but you have to be the main first person, because self-love is developing a relationship with yourself. You come into this world by yourself, and you're gonna go by yourself. And you have your own unique purpose, you have your own unique path that's only for you. And the most complex and the most unique relationship you have in life is with yourself. You know, we come into this life to learn lessons with others, but on an individual level. And you really have to know who you are to unlock where you're going in life and finding your life purpose. You're not gonna find your life purpose always being in relationships, always hiding yourself, always not wanting to work on yourself, running away from your problems. You're not gonna solve anything. You're not gonna really be the person who you wanna be. You're never gonna really be successful, because it starts with looking in the mirror. It starts with owning it. You gotta look that man in the mirror, the woman in the mirror, and you gotta learn to forgive yourself and give yourself time to heal. It's gonna take a while. You might have to distance yourself from certain people, environments. You're gonna make a lot of sacrifices, and it's not gonna feel nice. Trust me, because yeah, it's rough, but it's worth it at the end of the day. But in the next few videos, I am gonna kind of go into my own personal self-love journey, I guess. And I know it sounds so cliche, like, oh, self-love, self-love, self-love. Everywhere you go, everybody's talking about self-love. But you know, it's true, and you do have to learn to love yourself. Like you see life differently. You look back on yourself, and you're like, man, it's crazy. But I'm gonna get into it a little bit more. A part of me is kind of hesitant to get so personal because I am somebody. Part of my who I was, and it's still really a part of me. I can't just say that it's completely gone. I am very introverted, I am very private, but I'm learning that a part of my glowing up and a part of my self love is sharing myself to others and being transparent and not being so closed off. And that's something you also learn. Um, and you also learn how to develop a really strong intuition. Your intuition is going to be so high end. You're going to just instinctively know certain things. Certain things are good for you, certain things are not. It's crazy. But I'm going to kind of go into that in the next few videos. It's going to be a little bit more personal. I'm still kind of struggling with, do I really want to do it? But I know that I need to do it so you guys understand like where I'm coming from, why I have the channel, because that's really the inspiration, is to talk about that and share some lessons I've learned along the way. This past few years, I would say from 2018, mid 2018 onwards is really when I started to, go on that path. And I've made a lot of progress, and it's been what, like 2 years, and I've learned a lot along the way. So I am going to go ahead and share, all of that with you guys and talk about some other topics and other things too. Because I want to diversify the channel at some point. But yeah, that's it. I'm gonna go into it more and talk about other things as well. But that's really what I wanted to say as far as self-love, what it is, like the honest truth about self-love, because it's not always nice and it's not always easy and pretty. Okay? So again, my name is Belle. My channel is Belle of the Ball. Go ahead, like the video, comment if you like, share, and definitely subscribe to the channel. If you feel me, you feel my energy, you want to come back, if it resonates with you, and I will definitely love that. And yeah, that's it for the video, y'all. I hope that you guys continue to stay safe, stay well, and hopefully we all get on that path to really get to know who we are and know where we're going in life, because it's a process. It's not easy, but we're in this together. I got you. Okay? All right, y'all. So that's the end of it. And yeah, I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.